fam? I just got back from the gym. I hope y'all doing. I hope y'all blessed and highly favored, because I'm blessed and highly favored. We too blessed to be straight. Y'all gotta understand. The man above, he gonna he gonna get you through any battle. He gonna get you through any struggle. You don't fight your battles. He fight all your battles for you, and he never lost a battle. I never seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed, nor his descendants begging for bread. You gotta understand it. So the title of this video is "Put in that work." You got to go through it in order for you to get to it. Put in that work for you to get it. Like, to get the results, you got to put in work to get the results. Y'all got to understand. If it says in the Bible, if a man does not work, a man should not eat. Y'all got to understand, if you don't work, you can't eat. You can't get them blessings. You can't eat food. You can't get what you want. Like, y'all got to understand, if you don't put in that work, if you don't put in that grind for it. And people be out here, like, mad or, like, jealousy or envy of somebody because they getting all these blessings, or they getting this and that, or they up and they got that. It's because they put in the work. I gotta understand, some people just be going to work for 8 hours and go home and don't even work on themselves. They probably smoke a joint, watch TV all day, just lay down all day, be lazy. I gotta understand, if you that's what they want you to do. They program you to just work a job and then go home. So they program you to just go to a job and go home, so you won't be able to focus on yourself. They program you to do that so you can just, like, when you go to the job, they be having you lazy. They be having you just lose all your thoughts, all your ideas, all your creativity. I gotta understand that. It's the same thing in school. You understand that, like, everything put in place to just destroy you is not connect with our higher self. You gotta understand that. So when you go into that 8-hour job, when you go into, it don't matter how many hours y'all working, like, when you going home, you need to go home and be working on yourself. It don't matter. Y'all gotta understand, it don't matter how much sleep you get. Like, y'all gotta understand it. You gotta create your dreams and your reality. Your dreams and reality gotta be together. Like, you gotta understand that your reality is you working that job, and then your dreams is what you want to be. Like, how you want to be a leader in this life, how you want people to just remember you. Like, y'all gotta understand that what you working for, what you put in that grind for. Maybe it be YouTube, maybe it be you streaming, maybe you be a leader, maybe you been a preacher, a minister. I gotta understand that you going home and working on yourself for eight hours, just like you work 8 hours at that job. It don't matter how much sleep you get, but y'all gotta understand that, like, y'all gonna start seeing progress. That momentum gonna start carrying on. You gotta understand that, like, Yahuwah said he knows the plans he has for you is to prosper you, not to harm you, is to give you hope in the future. Hope in the future. Not to harm you. Not to harm you. Not to destroy you. Y'all gotta understand that. Not to harm you. Be wise as a serpent, but harmless as a dove. Like, y'all gotta understand that. Like, he will not do no harm to you. He plans to just give you financial wealth, financial stability. He plans to give you good health, like, all that. Y'all gotta understand that. He don't want you to see out here struggling. He wants everybody to see out here winning, but doing it the right way. Y'all gotta understand that. Like, and like, some people, they be getting in relationships to make them feel like loved, or like make them feel like they need appreciation. But like, y'all gotta start focusing on yourself. It's not to be like mean or anything, not to be selfish or anything, but you gotta start focusing on yourself. Some people get into relationships and, like, you might be working out at the gym, you might be doing YouTube, this and that. Y'all gotta understand that you might be doing this and that, but if the female not trying to fit in with your schedule, like, she might, like, females be young, they be curious, they be wanting to out here explore different men. Like, y'all gotta understand that they curious, they young, they gonna want to do what they want to do. Like, y'all gotta understand that. So, like, if she not fitting into your schedule, if she not trying to fit into how you run things, like, when she comes into your life, you gotta understand, like, it's not to say, like, you might just have to let it go, but just start focusing on yourself, fam. You can't love somebody else if you can't love your own self. Like, you can't provide for nobody else if you can't even provide for your own self. I gotta understand that. You can't be out here giving stuff your all if you can't even provide for your own self. Focus on yourself. When you start focusing on yourself, you're gonna start seeing changes. You're gonna start taking yourself out to eat, start doing self-care, start working on yourself, start getting good health, start eating better, start doing things better. You're gonna start getting new habits, new beginnings. I gotta understand that when you focus on yourself, you will start seeing things change. I gotta understand life does not work like that. You don't get, like, stuff don't just get handed to you. It's not a help. People think people be just getting stuff off silver platters or helping hand. I gotta understand that they work for that, they get that, they grind for that. I gotta understand that. Like, that's how life just works. Y'all can't just be out here just waiting on the next man to give you this and that. Y'all gotta understand that. Like, I'm a genuine. I got a situation. I'm a genuine and kind of person. It's not to put any throw shade or just bear false witness against nobody. That's one of his biggest commandments. It's like I'm the kind of people that, like, I like to see everybody win. I want to put everybody on. It don't matter if you working that little 9 to 5 right now. Like, it don't matter how much money you make. I just try to put all my homeboys on, all my friends on, somebody else on. Like, if they need a job, I used to just try to put them on, try to lead them to the right way. Like, I never led them to the wrong way. Like, I gotta understand that. It was just something about me, like, Yahuwah put in me. Like, he just like, he brought me into people's life to be a blessing and show them the right way. Like, every time somebody come into my life, I always had a job. I was always living right by Yahuwah. Like, but I was living in the world, like, but I was always doing right. Like, working a job or just going home to school, not out here causing chaos or harm. I gotta understand that. Like, I always was leading people to the right way. But yeah, like, y'all gotta understand, these years going by fast. Y'all think it's like that, fam. I gotta understand that. So just start focusing on yourself. Start mixing your dreams with your reality. Start creating make your dreams come true. Y'all gotta understand that. But just keep grinding, keep putting in that work. Just stay down, stay down. But keep your head high. Just stay up and blessed. You're gonna see progress. You're gonna see change. It might not be on your time, but y'all gotta understand Yahuwah's time is always great. His time is always on point. Y'all gotta understand that. His ways are better than our ways, and his thoughts are better than our thoughts. So I gotta understand that. Just keep putting in that work. Like, you might not see progress as soon as you put that first video out, as soon as you do that first thing you're trying to do. You might not see progress in there. That's why in the gym, when you do one workout, you don't see progress. It's over time. I gotta understand that. It even shows you in the gym, like when you do workouts and stuff, you don't just get results off the first workout or off 1 week. I gotta understand that it progresses over time. That's what work is. Like, when you're putting out YouTube videos, you start getting you might got 0 likes, 0 subscribers. I gotta understand that. But as you start progressing, as you start getting closer and like people start seeing you speaking that real, people start seeing you, people start liking your video more, you're gonna start seeing subscribers and more. You gotta understand that you'll start getting worldwide. But it's not just about that, it's just about just putting in that work. Like, you gotta go through it in order for you to get to it. Sometimes people gotta go through something to just get them back on their feet, just to say, oh yeah, just to make them to go stronger. I done seen so many people get knocked down and just get back up. Like, I done seen so many people get hurt and then it made them do better. It made them go even harder. Like, I didn't even see my own mother. Like, y'all gotta understand that my own mother, like, we used to get kicked out, fam. Like, it was only one apartment. We got kicked out, fam. And we had to live with my grandma, but it's like, fam, I never saw my mama give up, man. Like, I always knew it was something special about her, something special that Yahuwah put inside her. Like, even my family, my grandma, like, I never seen them give up. Like, fam, they always kept pushing. They always kept going even through the trials and tribulations. Like, I see sometimes, like, I used to go to school when I was younger. Like, I had to see my mom work 2 jobs, fam. 2 jobs, fam. Like, she had to work 2 jobs. We never saw her when we got off the bus. We never saw her at night because she would leave at night. Y'all gotta understand that. She was putting us on the bus, and that was the last time we saw her, fam. I'm not knowing that could have been one of my mama's last day I saw her. Like, I gotta understand that, fam. Like, I saw my mom work she worked 2 jobs just to provide for us. 3 boys. Y'all gotta understand that. 3 boys, fam. She raised 3 boys, not no girls at all, fam. Like, my mother did that. Like, fam, I never saw her give up. Like, she always kept pushing no matter the trials and tribulations that was thrown at her, fam. Like, the devil wanted her to see her give up. The devil wanted her to just fall and just not get back up, fam. But she just always kept pushing no matter what, fam. Like, I done seen her she lost her car so many times, fam. And it was just my grandma to just, like, my grandma, like, it's about relationships and stuff too. But, like, fam, my grandma and my mother, they never gave up, fam. Not even my dad. Like, I done seen him go through so much. He never gave up, bro. It's just a blessing. Just a blessing to just have people in your life and just see that and experience that. Y'all gotta understand. Like, I know this video all over the place, but it's just like, and I got this one story about, like, you gotta go through it in order for you to get to it. Like, I done see, my uncle done told me, like, it was these words of advice my uncle told me. Like, I know your grandma probably told y'all this. I'm gonna first say about grandma. My grandma told me this. She was like, when you used to do wrong out here, she was like, you either gonna eat up. It's only 2 places you gonna end up. It's either you gonna be in jail or dead. Like, fam, like, when they tell you that, y'all need to, like, start listening about that. Like, fam, it'll really hit you, fam. I always listen. I never try to just be like, I'm tough or I'm above that. Like, either in dead or jail. Who want to be either one? Like, y'all gotta understand that. It's a blessing to be in the land of the living. It's a blessing to be here. I gotta understand that. If you still here, you call for a higher purpose. You call for something bigger. Y'all gotta understand that, fam. My uncle was like, because yeah, but y'all know, but like, fam, he used to tell me, like, when I was younger, I used to go at my grandma's house all the time. He used to tell me, he was like, you don't gotta be doing the stuff I'm out here doing, fam. You can do better than me. You can be out here doing so much better. You don't gotta be doing that, selling these drugs and stuff. Y'all gotta understand that, fam. And then it was getting to a point, I lost myself, and I was out here trying to fit in with a group. And it wasn't a game, but it was like a group. But it was like, we was brothers, so like, people wanted to call it a game, but it was a group. We was just always there for each other. But like, fam, and then Yahuwah was like, I called you not to fit in, but to stand out. I called you to be a leader. He even told me that, like, I'm a leader. Like, people really, like, I can give advice to people. Y'all gotta understand that. It's not saying I'm better than nobody. It's just like, we all got different gifts. Like, y'all gotta understand, according to the grace and measure of Christ, y'all gotta understand that we all got different gifts. Like, but I was just like a leader, always like people, like, can come to for advice. Like I used to tell people like this gonna happen and that, like just watch. Like it's not like I'm a fortune telling. It's like, fam, like watch that, be on lookout for that. And I used to tell them, and then it happened. I'd be like, dang, like, and then they'd come back and be like, oh, dang, you was right, or like they didn't have to come back to me and say it. It just happened, and I was like, dang, they should have listened. But like, I ain't throwing no wrong or shade on them, but it's just like, fam, you gotta grind for what you want. You gotta put in that work to get the results. Y'all gotta understand that, fam. Just keep moving forward and like, just don't look back. Don't look at your past mistakes. Just keep getting on that grind. Just stay up and blessing. I love y'all. Your Hoosier loves y'all even more. A1.